The reason goodmakerU exists, the reason we do this kind of thing is so nonprofit goodmakers aren't isolated, overwhelmed, or in just survival mode.
I never thought that I could lead a successful nonprofit, but that all changed whenever I took this class and I made that phone call. I walked into class and
We decided to gamify the fundraising activity.
And I knew that a phone call was more points and no one was doing that. I sat there really nervous. It ended up resulting in a $100,000 donation for our organization.
We were shocked at how effective it was and immediate to see her raise $100,000 in class.
Totally blew me away. And had I not gone to that class that day, I would have never realized that someone was willing to give $100,000.
So yeah, nonprofit leaders, or goodmakers as we call them, are super passionate people tackling some of the biggest challenges in our community, but often they eventually will just hit a wall. And that's often that they don't have the funds they need to keep growing their impact and doing more good. And so that's the #1 reported challenge in the nonprofit industry, and we tackled that challenge head on. All right, so we're gonna start with some reflection time.
One of the things you learn when you start working in the nonprofit sector is you learn that the individual donor makes up a large portion of fundraising for nonprofits as a revenue stream. So few of our nonprofits actually cultivated that stream.
We help nonprofits to diversify their revenue streams so that they're more stable. So we give these nonprofits the tools, the playbook to build these individual donor relationships and make the ask.
So when Jesse first introduced the playbook, it was a long list of things that you need to do. And so we just started at the top and worked our way down, and we found great success with that.
Some of the things we teach on in class are how to make an ask, how to engage major donors and get larger gifts, how to launch and execute a digital fundraising campaign, email marketing, social media, and really the playbook is working.
Well, you're going to get some good practice this week, and I know it's going to go well.
You saw that it works, right? You saw that if they followed and they challenged themselves, they got matching gifts, they would exceed their goals.
And this really just gives the goodmakers a lot of confidence.
So because of the class and the confidence that came from being in the class, I was able to write a grant, and our organization received $281,000 because of that grant.
For our end of year campaign, we set a goal of $50,000, and the team and I talked about, can we hit that goal or not? It was very lofty for us. We went through all the different plays that Jesse gave us in the class, and we raised $75,000. Well, we can start off by celebrating.
You know, capacity building is really critical for all nonprofits, right?
We also focus on building capacity into these nonprofit leaders, helping them invest in themselves and their team, growing their skill set, and shifting their mindsets.
Through the Goodmaker class, we were able to think about the capacity of our organization and what we could achieve if we looked at our structure a little bit differently.
When this happens, we see greater results in every fundraising event, with every campaign, and every single donor meeting.
It's those kinds of moments that you realize you're working with people who are the real deal.